Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. This relationship between the two people had literally been on the public eye for so long. It's been dragged on for so long. It was such a toxic and abusive relationship, and I am here to break it all down and give my 2 cents on how the public reacts to a situation when a male is coming forward as being abused in a relationship, and just the entire back and forth with, oh no, you abused me, oh no, you were abusive, oh no, you were abusive. So I'm here to break it all down. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard met on the set of The Rum Diaries in 2009 while they were both in a relationship. They started dating in 2011 and 2012 and got engaged in 2014 and then married in 2015. Johnny Depp had multiple marriages. I think he was married to about 3 people prior to meeting Amber Heard, and his last marriage before Heard was to Vanessa Paradis. I hope I'm not butchering her name. And they were married from 1998 to 2012. Heard was in a relationship with a photographer named Tanya Van Ree, and the timeline of when Heard and Depp started dating overlaps with both of their relationships. So you can make whatever you will about that. Heard's relationship actually with Tanya ended in a kind of flippy, messy way because she was allegedly violent towards her, and she got arrested for physically assaulting her then girlfriend Tanya. However, these claims were retracted and was concluded as a misunderstanding on the part of the police, as they then stated that did not occur. Now, moving on, after 1 year of being married to Depp, Amber filed for divorce in 2016, accusing him of physically abusing her. By August 2016, they had both reached a $7 million settlement, and they both seemed like they wanted to, get this chapter of their lives over with and just, move on from the entire relationship. They even both made a joint statement stating that our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bounded by love. Neither party had made false accusations for financial gain. So at this time, it seemed like they both, wanted to end things on a good note, and they wanted to get on with their lives. 2 years later, Heard wrote an article for the Washington Post stating that she was abused. Heard wrote that, stating, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's raft for women to speak out. So it seemed like she had a change of heart about how everything ended, and she wanted to speak out, stating her side, and that, it wasn't all glitter and gold, and it was very, very abusive. In 2019, she was sued by Johnny Depp, stating that the entire claims that she made were false, and she was actually sued for $50 million. In the suit, it stated that Heard is not a victim of domestic abuse, and she is a perpetrator. Went on to make claims that Heard was actually the abuser, and that she also was in multiple affairs with Elon Musk and James Franco. Surveillance footage that put Amber Heard and James Franco together in an elevator while she was still in a relationship with Johnny Depp, and they looked really suspicious. And how it started off, she was kind of further away from him, and she backed up towards him, like they were kind of talking and saying stuff to each other. It was kind of weird. And in the suit against her, they used this entire footage as proof, and I think they also used him as a witness as well. There is also a recording where Heard actually admits to hitting Johnny Depp. The recording goes as said, I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you, babe. You were punched. Sorry, you were not punched. And then she goes on to say, I didn't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you. Okay? And then Johnny Depp went on to say that I left last night. Honestly, I swear to you, because I just could not take the idea of more physical abuse on each other. Because we had continued it, it would have gotten effing bad. And baby, I told you this once, I'm scared to death of effing crime scene right now. Depp continued. Heard also went on to say that I cannot promise you that I wouldn't get physical again. God, I effing sometimes get so mad I lose it. This comments that they both, this proof of this recording, you can tell that maybe, Amber was maybe the more like aggressive one in the relationship, but it kind of seemed like they were both physically abusive towards each other, and it was just a really, really bad time for both of them, and they were just not good together. From this, I am wondering why, Amber claimed that he was the aggressor and he was violent towards her, and not that they were both toxic and they were both aggressive towards each other. Moving on, in July 2020, the trial against The Sun, which put out this article claiming that Johnny Depp was a woman beater, and this entire article actually ruined his reputation, and it was basically defamation started. The trial started in July 2020, and the name of the judge of this case was Justice Nicole, and he ruled against Depp and stated that The Sun was correct in reporting that he was a woman beater. After this case was concluded in October 2020, Depp went on to lose his job as an actor in Fantastic Beast in November 2020, and then he basically went on to say that he was deeply hurt that this entire thing was happening, and as you can tell, it has affected him over the years, and he just wants his name to be cleared. Depp was also backed up by his ex-wife, and she wrote that, she stated actually that the idea that he is an incredibly violent person is the furthest thing from the Johnny I knew and loved. I cannot wrap my head around these accusations. So it seems like his ex-wives are like, oh no, like I never knew Johnny to be this person. And I'm going to touch more on this in a few seconds, actually, in a couple of moments. Now in 2021, Johnny Depp is trying to basically appeal this judge's, motion that it was okay for The Sun to call him a woman beater, and basically they were correct in them calling him a woman beater. In their entire case, they used the fact that Johnny Depp was, a drug addict, and he had drug problems, and he got really violent while he was on drugs. However, his lawyers refuted the claim and said that Heard was always very, quick to rage, and she was really aggressive. So basically, she was the main aggressor in this case. Now, Johnny is trying to use the fact that Amber Reid promised to donate her $7 million settlement and has not donated or did not donate the $7 million settlement that she got back in 2016. So now they're trying to use this to appeal the ruling that the judge had. So moving on to my 2 cents in this, I feel like they were both toxic in this relationship, and we as a society need to move forward in actually accepting that men could also be abused, and it is domestic abuse when men are abused. And because they're stronger than women doesn't mean they aren't, like, they can't be physically abused. And I also want to make a comment on Johnny Depp's ex-wives actually coming forward and defending him. The fact that he wasn't violent in their relationship doesn't mean that he was not violent when he was with her, because different types of people can bring up different types of behaviors in different people, and your experience with one person is your experience with them, because someone else could have to completely polar opposite experience with that person as well. So I feel like in this relationship, I don't think there's a right and a wrong. I feel like they were probably both violent towards each other, because sometimes when someone's a primary aggressor, the other person could retaliate and just get mad because they've been letting themselves be abused. So I guess the best thing in this, if you can't really work it out and find a common ground, is to maybe leave the relationship, as they both did. But actually, after so much damage has been done, and there's been justice for Johnny Depp going around saying that Amber was the only aggressor in this, and Johnny was completely innocent. I feel like maybe that isn't completely, it could be right, but my 2 cents or my 6 cents is telling me that they were probably both extremely violent towards each other, and which is why they both have accounts and proof that the other person was violent and stuff. And even in this, I still feel like Amber was probably the more aggressive one, because there's more incriminating proof against her. So in my eyes, but you know what? I'm not the judge, so I'm not the one that's going to make that conclusion. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Comment on this entire situation. What do you think? Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.